crafters, welcome back to my channel, Margaret Knob Designs. And I want to give a quick shout out to my little girl, my granddaughter Cece. I hope you're watching my video. It would be great to see you again. So thanks so much, crafters, for joining me for this walkthrough today. This was really a fun collection to work with. This was the Prima Farm Sweet Farm. And these are Prima flowers on here that came with this butterfly and actually all these greens and flowers on here. This is one of the cards by Prima, the journaling cards, and I just backed it with some green Artisan cardstock, and I also raised it up a little bit with some black chipboard. This album is 8.5 by 8.5, and it is matted with Artisan black cardstock and Artisan burgundy cardstock. There's a double layer on there, and you may or may not be able to see it, but I used two different papers from the collection. This is more of a barnwood paper, and then this is floral design, and then I have one of the chipboard pieces right down here. And then this spine is just a little bit over 2 inches, and on the back I don't have anything on there right now. I think I'm going to either put a piece of chipboard or some of the ephemera back there. I hadn't really decided, and I thought I would just leave it till I know what I want to do. So what I'd like to do is share the album with you and let you see all the different things that I did within this album. Also, I want to mention that I do have the gems. These are from Prima, and they're the Farm Sweet Farm collection. My ribbon is from Country Craft Creations, part of my design team kit. I don't know if it was this kit or it was another kit, but that's where I got it from. And there are several pages in this album, so hopefully I can... Oh, this came off. I try to put my pictures on here, or my photo mats on here with not permanent tape, and I missed that. I don't know where it went to, but anyways, we'll just have to put that back on. So okay, so starting off, this is the cover, and what I have is 3 photo mats right here. I then also have 2 pockets that I have some of the cut aparts in. And this is another, it's a little bit bigger pocket. You can also put some stickers or ephemera on these pockets if you want a little bit more on there. But I just made a fold out, and I put some photo mats on those pages as well. And then into this page, what I did is I made a small flap here and attached one of the journaling cards on the front and on the back. And when I did this, I just glued around each of the photo mats around here, and then left this part open so that I can put 2 journaling tags in here as well for photos. And I just have one going to the back and one going to the front. And then there is a magnet that holds that down and the pages behind it. And how I have this set up is that there is a spot to put my mat in the front, and then there's a spot for this mat to go into the join in the back, so that way they are a little bit more even on there. This is some of the paper collection and one of the journaling cards. And this is another one of the papers of the collection. It's not my favorite, and I really need to do a little bit more with this, and I just did not know what to do yet. So that one is left blank. I may just end up putting photo mats on here, like maybe a 4x6 and a couple of the 2x3s or 2x2s, because I like the color of it. I just don't like that it looks like a menu. So that's just my personal opinion. And then this actually folds out, and it folds out to, we have a plain sheet in here where we can put some photos on there, so I've just left that blank. I did put a small pocket with a piece of the ephemera there, and then I took some of the ephemera and I put my journaling cards or ephemera actually, and I just put it together like a book, and I just put some Velcro closures on that, and then I figured that could be a good spot for journaling or whatever your heart's desire. And then in this inner part, I used some of the wood paper here and then some of this farm white paper on there. And again, this is all good for putting larger photos on and really just, you know, taking advantage of the paper, that it looks nice behind it, but doesn't necessarily, isn't the eye-catching paper. But here again, there's a spot to put photos, and I can even mat around that with a black mat if I wanted something with a little bit more contrast. And I don't have any other magnets in this grouping because this holds it all down. And then if we go to the next page, one thing I want to note is that there is a pocket in there, and you can put a booklet in there or, you know, a photo card in there or something. But I really wanted, it was getting kind of full, so I think what I want to do with this to begin with is to start off with finding out how many pictures will fit in here, and then I'll look at if I want to actually put some booklets in here or not. So my next page, we've got again a combination of one of the papers here and this here, then one of the journaling cards is glued down over here so that I can put some cards in here, but there's also room in here, so I could make another booklet and put it in the back, or I could actually just take pictures and put the pictures in there as well. And then this page, which I love, this journaling card, it says, "They told me I was different. Best compliment ever." I thought it was so funny. This page, though, I have to say, when you watch the tutorial, you know, I will talk a little bit about it. I ended up going too fast on this, so I forgot to put my magnets down the way I originally did. So I ended up putting individual magnets on each one of these corners, and then they didn't really lay down very flat, so then I ended up putting more magnets in the back of this, just trying to match up with the little ones that are under here. But anyway, it still looks good. I just used a lot of magnets, and that just fits on there, and it holds that down really well. And this page is really fun because it'll come up and will be a very open spot for you to put two pictures, and these are 4x4, so it's a good size picture. And if I pull up every page has some different pattern paper in there. See if you can see that. So there's plenty of room for photos in that, and the papers are not so vibrant that they would take away from the pictures themselves. You know, and you can actually put pictures on these sections as well. You just want to cut that picture down the middle, and you can break them apart that way. But the other thing that I wanted to tell you is this piece here. This is a 12 by 12 sheet of the paper, but I wanted it to look like one full sheet. So basically what I did with that, let me see if I can show you if I have any more of that. Oh yeah, I do. So what I ended up doing with this paper is I ended up cutting 4 inches coming down this way, coming in 4 inches down this way, and then I cut this in 4 inches, I cut this at 4 inches, I left this middle piece alone, but then I cut this 4 inches and this 4 inches, and that way I just brought them together, making sure the wire was going the same way on any of those pieces of pattern paper, but that way it ends up making it look like it's just one sheet of paper. And this would have been great if I had an 8x8 collection, but there wasn't an 8x8, there's just a 6x6 and the 12x12. So that is a fun flap out page. And then onto this page, I wanted to do a few things a little bit differently. This is one of the ephemera cards, which I think is just absolutely beautiful. And I made it had kind of a prime spot on that page. And I took one of the ephemera cards and I put that in there because I left this open for a pocket here, this open here for a picture on there, and this is actually a belly band. So right now I just have the one mat in there, but you know, you can put a lot more into there. And this goes down into here. Now this was a little bit more narrow, so I didn't back this up on any of these cards because I figured that if they get a picture on them, that is going to take up, you know, room in there. Then as we go along to this section, I again did my 3 pictures up there. They're basically 2x2 pictures. And down here on the bottom, I have a piece of the chipboard, and this is actually a pocket. So this lifts up, and it's a little bit gusseted here. It's gusseted on the side, and there's plenty of room in here to put 4x6 photos. So if you need a place to tuck extra photos in, you can do it right on here, or you can put some journaling or other types of things in there as well. And then when we turn over to this page, we have some booklets in here, and then also this is a double pocket. I was going to glue this down, but it really made the pockets very tight. So I ended up removing the glue on here and just taking it all as one pocket, but the paper makes it look like there's 2 different pockets there. And then I used some of the nice floral paper in the back, and pictures can go along here or whatever you would like. Then I made 2 booklets, and I did not put any paper in these, but these can either, if you didn't decorate the front of that pocket, these also could, I always think it needs to go down further than it goes. You could slip these right onto the front of here and have that be the front of that page. I wanted to use some of the stickers, and this is a chipboard piece and or ephemera piece that I took and I bumped up a little bit here, but these were some really nice stickers that were in the pack, and I thought to make a little bit of a collage from those pictures would be nice. Then along here, this is a gatefold, and I used one of the journaling cards again, and it's on there again by magnets, and holds that down and holds this gatefold down. And this gatefold is open for pictures here, and then there could be pictures back here, but these are also pockets. So these could be journaling tags put in here, and I'm just waiting to see what I'm going to do with that page. But that's a lot of spots for pictures, as well as even using some of the ephemera in there once the pictures go down, because it'd be nice to put a large photo here and take one of the floral pieces of ephemera to kind of corner that spot and maybe do it down over here as well. And just having the 2 pictures on here, or one larger picture, one larger one here and maybe small ones across there, or 2 there. There's a lot you can do. All right, come on, stick. There we go. And then on this page, this is a pocket, a sideways pocket, and I took a couple of the journaling tags and put that in the pocket here. And again, it's made such that there's enough room to put a bit on there. I took a piece of the ephemera and just popped that up a little bit there. And I also matted this a little bit differently, carrying the color over here and similar colors over here. And then I did a vertical waterfall, because a lot of the cards or journaling cards actually went this direction. And then this is a booklet for pictures. I didn't mat any of that yet, but inside, but there's plenty of time or room for doing that, and I can use many of my cutoffs for doing that as well. And then to keep this down or closed, I just made, no, I did remember. I thought I forgot to put something, my paper on the back of here. And now just looking at this, I may even put a piece of the ephemera along here. But this is a waterfall, and it's just with all the different tags. And I tried to do like pattern solid along these tags, and I did not do anything on the back of these. If I don't get pictures in them right away, I will get that magnet covered, and that magnet is for the magnet under here. So I'll just give you a quick look at all the journaling tags. And then this journaling tag there. I may go back, I haven't decided, but I may go back and do a little half strip there. And if I do, I'm thinking about I'm going to use, if I have enough of this leftover wood, that's probably what I'll do, because these are so patterned. I probably would like something that's a little bit more simple going down that, but I haven't thought about that yet, and I really wanted to get the majority of this done and out to you. A lot of times I don't mat certain things as I go through because I'm still finishing off some things with the collection, but I had 90% of this to 95% of it done, so I wanted to show you this beautiful album. And I just love the way the Prima flowers came out on here, and just using a couple of the gems to make it look a little bit special. And so that's my album, and I thank you so much for taking the time to walk through this with me today. There is 4 other videos that will be put up as well, and it'll about be a day apart. And those tutorials give you pretty much the general overview of putting the papers down as far as building the album. But the only thing is that the album, cover and back, I did this album exactly the way that I did in my other video that teaches you how to make albums and the spines. So that I will link those videos down in the description, and I will get the other tutorials up. They'll be up usually every other day. I can get them up. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a blessed evening, and hope to see you in my next video. Thank you so very much. Have a good night.